Hi, it's Pam from Ben McFuzzylugs, and it's a Monday, so it must be an Etsy tips video. This is tips and tricks videos for the small Etsy seller. If this is something you're interested in, please don't forget to come back every Monday and hit a subscribe. So what I want to do today is just have a quick revisit of my Google Shopping adverts and my promoted listings adverts. If you haven't already seen, I've done videos of both of them, and I'll put them in links to the cards that'll be appearing up on the top right hand side of your screen just now. So first of all, I just want to revisit the Google Shopping, because at the end of that last video you'll have seen I switched my Google Shopping from targeting the UK to targeting America, just to see if there was any difference there. And I have to say the results are in, and there really isn't much of a difference at all. In fact, this is my Google Shopping ad dashboard, and you can see as of about a week ago I switched Google Shopping off. I've given it a few months to see, and at the minute in time it's just not worth it. I would possibly consider starting this up again around Christmas if I was for some reason quiet, just to trial again at a busier time. But yeah, for me it's definitely not been worthwhile. If we have a look, when I swapped over to targeting America, I did get 2 orders in. So I have actually got some revenue on this, but overall the costs were ridiculously high. If we have a look, for the whole time I've had these ads on, it's cost me nearly $130 and I've made under $70. So for me this isn't a good return on my investment, and also because I have no control over anything. I get to see here, we can see the number of impressions we get, the number of clicks per impression, and how much it's costing us. But that's about all the statistics we get, which I don't think is giving me enough statistics to be able to really target a whole lot of things. I can figure out which of my listings, if they're seen, are more likely to get clicked upon, but it's not telling me what tags are being found, what they're being searched for under, which would be very useful information at this stage. So it's not giving me enough information. It's definitely not giving me enough bang for my buck. So I've turned that off for just now. And I just wanted to compare to this year on my promoted listings. It's been a little quieter than normal, but if we have a look, for $67 I've made over $470, so I'm doing a lot better, to say the least, on this. But also, more importantly, there's a whole lot more information I get. I have much more control over my promoted listings. I can decide how much to bid for cost per click on my promoted listings. I can look in and it gives me information on things like what terms have been searched for and what terms are really working for each item. So there's a whole lot of information. If you go back and look at my video on promoted listings, then you'll see that it's given us some real fantastic information, and I will in the future make a video on best practices for how to use this information to really grow your shop even more than it's growing. But so far, I'm definitely keeping the promoted listings running. And for a comparison between promoted listings and Google Shopping adverts, I have had a look, and it's working out roughly on Google. It's working out at 35 cents per click on Google, and on promoted listings it's 3 cents per click. So Google promoted listings is running in at 10 times more expensive. So that is quite a difference. There isn't really enough data from the Google Shipping to compare here, but roughly promoted listings I get 1 order every 200 clicks, and on Google 1 order every 180 clicks. So they're similar. I was getting far less clicks on Google Shopping, but I'm looking at about 200 clicks to one order. And remember, everybody's shops will be different, so don't take my numbers as what your numbers should be. Just have a look and see what your numbers are and see if you can improve them. And for Google, it's about 0.5%, well, it's 0.56% of impressions turn into clicks, and on promoted listings it's 0.58% of impressions turn into clicks. So this means for every time it's being seen on a page, around about 0.5% of a time. So one time in 200 times it's seen, someone will click on it. So Google and promoted listings are targeting about the same level. Their adverts are running quite as well, that's being seen in the same places, so it's about equivalent there. So overall, Google and promoted listings are about equivalent in everything apart from the cost per click. Google is costing me far too much for the same amount of information, basically. So that's it for me. I've decided to switch off Google shipping for just now. I would say obviously everyone's shop's going to be different, so it's worth taking a trial on any of these things and seeing if you can get any improvements compared to what I got. But look and see what's been the most cost effective for you. And for me, I'm still thinking promoted listings are worth it. It's giving me some great information and it's a pretty fair return for my investment. Yes, I'm not getting thousands of orders. That's averaging just over one order a month. It's not going to set the world alight, but it's given me some good information that I'm going to have to work way more on to try and really promote the shop using the information it's given me. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that was a bit useful for you. Let me know in the comments down below. Have you found Google Shopping adverts any use? Have you got any tips and tricks to get them working? And don't forget, come back every Monday and I'll see you next week.